Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I want to cover the topic of basically power systems, how they work, what you will be doing with them to increase your power the fastest, and yeah, let's get started. So obviously when you go into any of your characters, this is where you can see all the options for the power systems for each character. On the left here you see the total power, and then once you swap these windows you see how much power he's getting from any source. So let's start with gear. Basically, when it comes to gear, as I said in the previous video, it's not a huge power booster, but it can be pretty useful, especially in some other activities where you're using multiple teams for passing certain levels. So it's not something you should neglect, and it doesn't really take away from other systems, so you can do it as you know have materials and everything. So basically there are multiple types of gear. I'm going to show you that here. As you can see, it starts basically, well, there's even a common, then it comes to, I guess, uncommon, then rare. Then obviously you have other types, such as, I guess this is elite now, and then you have epic, and then you have legendary. Basically, I would not really invest too much in anything except the legendary gear. Just because you should be able to very shortly achieve legendary gear, and that's the gear that you want to have in order to advance it further. So in order to, you can basically just equip the gear on the character, and if the gear has a specific attribute, well, hero type to it, I guess, then it gains more bonuses. So for example, here you can see the fist has the high tech character type bonus, but my top here has the complete character bonus, and basically if that bonus aligns with what your hero has, he gains 30% more stats. So the ideal goal would be to have all of your gear in legendary with that type. Now what you can do is you can basically recast the gear here, and you can pray to God you get the the one you need, like I just did. So this is amazing. You save it up, and now the character gains 30% more bonus from this if he's matching. Now you can enhance your gear. Gear enhancement actually does cost a lot. You feel free to use up your lower tier items. They won't be really needed. You can't fuse them or whatever. So this is how you upgrade the gear. I just upgraded to max, and it's so as I said, like these upgrades, they aren't that strong. He gained a couple of K, but that's not really that, you know, big. So after you have a legendary gear, so after you get the legendary gear, you can enhance it to the max level, and once you have maxed it to the max, once you have enhanced it to the max level, you can promote it. I think you can promote any type of gear, but I would not suggest it, because that sucks for lower items, and it's really expensive and hard to get these. So you only do the promotion of gear if you have a character that is matching with the type, and that you have legendary items. So where you can get those promotion materials is usually from the shop, and they are not cheap, I can tell you that. I think they're usually found in Guild Store. Obviously this one doesn't currently offer it, so I would need to refresh. Can't find it yet, no biggies, I can do it later. Oh, there was it. I think it was there. It was in the, it was not the Fortune store. Where was it? Refinery store. Well, I don't really have enough of these, so yeah, but basically I would buy this, and then I would be able to promote the gear, and after I promote it, it basically doubles the power. So if it's 14k now, after promotion it would be 28k. So yeah, it's pretty decent. You see how much this one gives? Yeah, 20k, 8k. So that's good. And then after you have all your gear items on the legendary level and you have promoted them to legendary plus, then you can start with the gear refinement system, which I haven't currently unlocked yet. So maybe more about that in some other videos, but I guess it will take you a long time to get here. So for now, this is pretty, pretty everything you need to know, and then just the refinement comes later on. So that's pretty easy. Then we can speak about limiter breakthrough. This is extremely important. Basically, every time you break through your character, he gains a lot of stats, which is really good. But that's not the only thing. The main thing here are these passive skills. So you can see, for example, this hero is breakthrough on level 3. So during battle, he increases everybody's defense by 8.8k, which is huge. It really helps with the survive. And I mean, every character has his own bonuses, so read them up. But this is really, really big. Then the second bonus they get is something, I guess, related to their ability. Well, not everything has to be connected to ability, I guess. Some might have something different. But anyways, every character has different effects. You should definitely read them up. And on level 4, the character gains 20% increase in damage and final HP. Well, at least this one. The other one gets different, yeah. So final attack. So I guess it's no, I mean it's actually the same, yeah. So you gain a huge bonus in stats when you achieve level 4. So ideally you would have a five character team that are all first on level 4 before you expand them higher, just because I think it's gonna bring you more survive to it, but it's not easily achievable, and the getting shards is not that easy. Obviously, you have these boxes where you can choose for either complete characters or other type of characters. You can get them. You can get them from daily quests, but this is only for non-complete and non-old world characters. Sorry, this is bugging out. So, just a second here. Man. Okay, so you see here, I'm getting these two, but it's really low. You can find some at the shop as well. You should be careful with those. You get them from events as well. So be smart how you use them. Obviously, prioritize your strongest character, your damage dealer, and then go with it. So that's when it comes to limit breakthrough. Basically, you gain these effects which are really strong, not only for that character but for the whole team, and then you gain a huge boost here. Blessing is something you unlock later on. I haven't had this in my last video, now I do. You need these scrolls to basically give him a blessing, then he gains again some boosts in stats, which is pretty much really strong and helpful. So this is something you definitely want to do, and then here you can just upgrade them with this blessing item. Generally, I think it's really hard to get the scrolls. The way you get the scrolls right now is, at least for me, I go to this wishing well and then I have to make a wish and try and get it. But I think the chance is really, really low from what I've seen last time. So it's like 0.09, but you can get these scroll shards that you can combine later on. So yeah, I mean, you can also buy these. You can get them, I guess, from the you can see where you can get them, objectives. You can purchase them from the shop or just roll to strong. So this is something, I guess, I would not really actively be investing money in. It's just something that you can do as you get them, and then you can upgrade your characters there. So that's with the blessing. Potential chip, as we talked last time, chips I believe are the major power source. I haven't bought any chips like for money. The chips I got were mainly from Quest. You can get a lot of chips from Quest. You can get mythical ones. You can synthesize them. So if you have, let's say, a lot of these rare ones, you can synthesize them to get epic ones. Obviously, you want to have the highest possible levels of chips, and then you can combine also the epic ones into others. So yeah, I could probably combine epic now to create a different one, but I'm not going to be doing that now because some of my characters are using the epic ones. So that's it. So yeah, that's regarding that. And then obviously you can just if they're mythical, so if they're mythical, I'm not sure if it works for legendaries. It doesn't. So if they're mythical, you can upgrade them, and you can either feed them the chips, or you're going to get from quests and events some other items that are just used for experience. I haven't really used chips because they give so little that it isn't really worth it compared to the things that I had, and upgrading them is definitely huge. So yeah, that's regarding the chips. Talents. Well, we discussed them, I guess, last time as well. They basically give you some stat boosts, but they also activate certain effects, which is really strong. For example, I'm gonna use my character here because she has a really crazy ability. So basically, when the battle starts, the first round nobody can die, or basically nobody can lose HP lower than 10%. And then after the first round ends, my whole team gains 50% of her attacks, so making all of my characters a lot stronger. So basically, the point is here, it's not about the stat boosting so much, it's more about what the ability does. And if you have exceptionally strong character, the stronger the better ability he has, it's gonna be a lot more worth it. What I was trying to say actually, guys, is here, for example, this guy is blasting some damage every turn, something like that. So the stronger he is, the more this talent is going to mean in the battle. So that's regarding that. Pretty straightforward. You get these items also from the shop, from events in the game, and I mean, there are multiple sources you can keep getting stuff from. Road from Strong, shop. You get most of the things from. You can buy most of the things in the shop. Actually, the adventure here is mostly for early items, not so for the higher ones with the blessings and chips and stuff like that. So this is, just stuff like that. And yeah, so let's continue. Spirit Hall. Spirit Hall is something that you can get only when you upgrade your character. So he is a mythical rank, but you have to upgrade him like 5 more times. So he has to be a mythical plus 5, and then then the Spirit Hall is unlocked. As you can see, you start gaining these stat boosts, which obviously is important. It helps a lot. The problem with it is, even when you want to start this, and here, for example, I can't progress, and you might wonder why if I have 11k of these. Well, that's because I also need, again, this character. So the game basically is making you have to be getting all these characters even after they're upgraded to mythical. I mean, I don't personally like this too much because it's really hard to get them, and then they're, when you even max the character, finally you still need to keep getting them. It just sucks in my opinion. So that's for the Spirit Hall. And then Machine Core is you just basically upgrade a character and he gains, bonus stats. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. The way you get these is basically by leveling up your bots. So if you go here and if I upgrade him either by gems or by the energy, he's going to give me, in this case, 160 chips. So the more you level your bots, the more you get of these things to upgrade your character. As I said in the last video, early game, this Machine Core thing is the biggest power booster. Spirit Hall you will not be getting probably anytime soon, until you get the character to be +6 mythical. Talent is something you can get as soon as the character hits legendary. I guess this is like when you can unlock the talents, it's pretty good. They can be really useful. So it's not going to be a huge power boost for the character, but it can have effects in battle, so it can definitely determine the outcome of the battle. potential chips, one of the early things you will be getting. So extremely important to max out the potential here. And I haven't said it, but there are two types of chips. There is elemental chip and there is an energy chip. Energy chips can only be given below, on the two slots below, and the elements on the top two slots. The difference is elementals only boost your stats, while the energy chips give you some cool abilities. So you can read them out as you get them. There's no point in me explaining them now, and you would be choosing the ones that obviously fit your character and whatever you want to do in game the most. And then blessing is something that I guess it either unlocks with just passing the missions, or it unlocked on a certain day. Anyways, I just found I had it. It isn't, you don't have to have any character level or things like that. Oh, it needs to be an epic rank. Well, that's not really that hard to achieve, so that's easy. So yeah, I mean, it's blessing is amazing, but it's not easy to get these scrolls. So that's regarding that. And then yeah, obviously the biggest power system, the two of the biggest, I talked about the Essence Laboratory. You just upgrade these with batteries and they give boost to all of the characters that fall under that type. You unlock these abilities here, and there is a capped level on how much you can upgrade these based on what is your Surge Essence. But the way you upgrade your Surge Essence is just by promoting characters. So you should already know a lot about promoting characters. So basically, anytime you promote a character to something new that you didn't have before, you unlock it and then you get these points, and when you have enough of them you can upgrade it. So this is a boost for all characters, and then these are for specific character types. And the most important thing when it comes to power is the cards. So let's talk a little bit about that. Basically, the reason why this is the biggest boost is because it's giving flat out stats to all of your characters. So you have 4 decks. Don't be confused by it. They all work the same. They're just different character cards, but they all affect all of your characters. So when you first see this and when you go in here, for example, I have these cards. You would just go in here, I can upgrade him, and now all of my characters have like 800 more HP and defense. Here, like, here's HP and defense. So when I upgrade it, everybody gets this, like everybody. It's permanently active, don't be confused about it. So this is really huge. And then when you get enough of these upgrades, you gain a deck level, and then you can activate decks to gain like further effects. So for example, here you can see I'm getting final HP, final attack, final defense stats boost, and then I'm also receiving less damage from certain types. So this is really major. The way you get these cards is basically they're mostly tied to events. In this case, for example, currently the event I have is, wait, where is it? Is this limited, card pack? I get one of these, so I draw it, and then he gives me some of these. Also, you can do exchanges for them. So when events like for cards come, basically buy them. It's very important. This gives boost to all of your characters, to your whole team, whatever basically composition you have. So just keep doing it, guys, the more you can. If you can invest some money, I guess this would probably be one of the biggest things you can invest in, because they usually give you like this login thing. So when you pay it, where is it? I think it's in the recharge, might be in the recharge mode. I'm not gonna be an advocate for you to spend money on this game, guys. I have spent some, and I decided to stop spending it because it's not a smart decision to do. But if you really want to, you can do it well, I can't find it, but basically whenever that event starts, you get an option to, every time you log in, you get 36 of those, and then you can just, pull a lot more cards. Um, and you also have card frames, which is something I haven't explained so far, and finally I got one. So basically, card frames are, I don't know, they're card frames, but they have certain effects. So when you get it, you just click activate, and it's gonna boost permanently everything. You don't have to click use. I mean, I think this use button is purely cosmetic. Cosmetic for your deck. It's weird, not like you're gonna be spending a lot of time in here, but yeah, it is what it is. And then you have also these here, which are basically connected to a deck, so you can draw as much of them as you want. For example, here I would be missing 5 to upgrade to the next level, so I used it to gain more power. Basically, I only use these when any of these is close to leveling up, rather than just going and spending them, unless you buy them at the shop and you have 3,000 of them, which obviously you want to spend. So yeah, that's it. Those are the main power systems. If you keep doing that, your characters are going to become a lot stronger in time. If you have any questions, shoot them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer and help you. So sorry if the video was too long, but I really wanted to cover everything. So I hope you have a good base now of what needs to get done to increase your power, how those systems work, and that you have learned more about each of them.